Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Chiefs are going to have the short field here as they take over right at the 50. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
And the Niners are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Samuel in motion. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And it may be time to put that play on ice. That fooled nobody, and it's going to wind up as a big loss on the play.
Throwing on second and long. Purdy escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween, and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. Now this is fielded in the end zone.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll only get this back to the 10-yard line. Not too sure what he was doing there.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. They'll be caught by Rice. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Mahomes now on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Throwing here, Purdy
rolling to his left.
Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he is going to have a Niners first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Now on first down, it's Purdy.
Open man is Samuel, complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there is they were able to connect. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
He's got him in, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final shot before the half for Mahomes. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to
football.
And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco,
50 yards.
and the Chiefs have opened the lead up to 30.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
That is caught.
Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is third and goal. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this in. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
And now off to the races, down the right side.
There he goes up the right sideline. Now look out. He's to the 20.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco,
93 yards.
and the Chiefs just continue to roll.
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last. Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Once more, it's Pacheco.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. An unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Dancing to his left. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Touchdown!
Rashee Rice.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in the second half.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's Purdy.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me. But subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball in a comfortable fourth quarter. There he goes, left side. Runs over. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Again, it's Pacheco.
It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a second and about a mile here.
Brings up second down.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to have it here just past the 25.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still... And this play still live. He faked the spike. Going to throw it.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Purdy. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now.
And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners 1st down as he'll be brought down at the 27.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here we go. Check, Panther. Go.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey.
He'll take it inside the 25.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
At the 4-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw.
Steps away.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And that's another play that's been the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. But there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action yet. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Oh, I think the Niners got it back. Yes, San Fran recovers. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Purdy now to throw. He's got Ayuk once again.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
At the 33-yard line.
Play action. Now Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Purdy off the play fake.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain. 5 yards.
First and goal, San Francisco.
And the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine on offense or on defense for this team.